Hey, before we get started, I want to remind you all we're doing the charity drive this month. Here's the gist of it.
Donate to a charity that benefits children. Any will do. You get to pick yourself. Send proof of that donation to joechristmascharity@gmail.com. You have until November 30th to do this. The name of everybody who donates will get put into a hat, and the winner will be drawn on the first weekend of December. That person will win prizes. These prizes are an exclusive Belgian G.I.Joe catalog, a 2017 exclusive Sightline figure put up by HCC 788, a Marauders Inc. Ambush Ops Trooper put up by JoeCustoms.com, and a complete 1988 Tiger Fly put up by Joe Motion Videos 82. For everybody, we have bonus videos for reaching milestones.
Thanks for watching, and let's get on with the show. Hey, welcome to Half the Battle. You know, it's about time we got back to the comics.
And today, we'll be taking a look at the very first issue of Special Missions, That Sinking Feeling. The cover sure is something. It has Wetsuit and Torpedo rappelling down a boat, shooting Uzis at, well, nobody really knows. It's exciting, eye-catching, and just what a first issue of a new comic book series needs to grab somebody's attention in a comic shop.
Too bad this scene doesn't actually happen in the comic itself.
Now, Marvel themselves have used the excuse that a cover is supposed to be eye-grabbing and not made to show any particular scene in the book. And usually I can accept this.
But here it goes against the very core of the story. I'll explain at the end.
The opening page has a Russian helicopter checking on a Swedish fishing trawler they find in the Baltic Sea. The pilots, Colonel Brekov and Dinah of the October Guard, are suspicious because, for a fishing boat, they don't seem to be doing any fishing. Sure enough, the boat crew are Joes. The two factions identify each other easily enough, but before anything can happen, they have incoming unidentified aircraft, who turn out to be Cobra Fangs, led by the Baroness. An intense air battle breaks out that I can't really comment that much on, except to say that it looks very, very good. Awesome, in fact.
I miss being able to complain.
The result of the battle is that two Fangs are destroyed, while the third takes heavy damage. But so do the Russians, so they limp away. And of course it's the Baroness, the named character, that makes it out alive. By the way, all this time, the Joes haven't done a damn thing to get involved.
So why are they there?
Well, it appears the Americans have lost a submarine. So they sent the Joes, Deep Six and the Shark in particular, to go look for it. But both Cobra and the Ruskies got wind of it. The problem being that neither the sub nor the Joes should really be in that area of the sea, as it's under Soviet control. It gets a little Red October-y here, as the Russians should have been able to detect the sub in their waters, but they couldn't. So they assume it has a new silent running technology of some sort. And both Cobra and the Soviets are salivating about getting their hands on that tech. They even sent the freaking harbor master of Kaliningrad to supervise the operation. Deep Six goes looking for the sub with a cable attached to the Shark to transmit images. A cable the Russians can conveniently splice into to get the footage. The Baroness shows up again and proposes an alliance against the October Guard, but she is ignored.
Which is kinda weird.
Not that the Joes would go for an alliance, but she doesn't even get a witty retort. I mean, the Russians got one, kind of. No smorgasbord Saab Turbo. You know, they really missed an opportunity here to go Swedish chef on them. Anyway, she sends eels to go sabotage the Russian ship, and I just noticed the weird colors. The Baroness has got golden gloves and a belt, while the eels are mostly brown. I actually don't think this is a coloring error, more of a design choice. But it looks really out of place considering what these characters are supposed to look like. Cobra take out the main gun on the Russian ship, but Dana destroys the Moray's engine. The Joes are still not getting involved at all.
I hope they at least brought popcorn or something.
Meanwhile, Horror Show has gone diving and finds the shark, spotting a cassette tape inside it. But he's taken out by Deep Six. The first time a Joe fights somebody in this issue.
Well, fight may be a bit of an exaggeration.
He just bunks him on the head from behind. Gee, I hope this doesn't mean Horror Show's gonna think he's an ancient evil pharaoh now. The battle between Cobra and the Russians goes on, as they are forced to crash into the Soviet ship, since the damage to their engine made the moray unsteerable somehow. In a move that Spider-Man would call bullcrap on, the Baroness and Firefly use grappling hooks to board the ship just as they drive into it. While the, once again credit to the comic, very well done gunfight is going on, Torpedo and Wetsuit have snuck on board and meet the harbor master, who doesn't seem surprised to see them. Just as the October Guard is about to win, Destro shows up in a Cobra submarine and calls for an end to hostilities.
You know, it's usually the good guys who show up just in the nick of time to save the day. Nice subversion here.
Destro explains they are fighting over nothing, as there is no submarine. It was all a ruse concocted by the Joes. The video feed was faked using a model.
It's only a model.
And the reason for the trick was that the harbor master of Kaliningrad wanted to defect. He calls himself Old Party Hardliner Bulgakov, but I can't help and read this as Old Party Hardliner Bulgakov.
Yeah, party on, dude!
He says he got fed up with the Soviets since they wouldn't promote him because his wife was Jewish, and when she died he lost all interest in the party. Yeah, you see how this is a little bit like Red October? Captain Ramius also defected after his wife's death. As he's whooshed away by an air extraction line, it's emphasized just how much both Cobra and the Russians have been played, with the October Guard being lured there and Cobra unwillingly providing the distraction so the Joes could do their thing. Seriously, Shipwreck was in this story. They should have shown him eating a bag of popcorn at some point. Hawk and Wild Bill, who are on the plane, have this exchange. Some mission, eh, Hawk? The Joes never fired a shot. That's what I call a perfect mission, Wild Bill. And that's why I dislike the cover's portrayal of the issue.
The whole point of the mission was that the Joes couldn't get into a shooting match with the Russians.
The whole story was based on subterfuge, so having them go all Rambo on the cover is like the complete opposite of that. It would be like the DVD cover of the Mortal Kombat movie showing a fight between Scorpion and Sub-Zero.
Yeah, I'm still pissed that didn't happen in the film.
Our comic ends with two last scenes. Torpedo was kind enough to not let Horror Show drown after knocking him out, and they literally kick him off the ship. The same happens to the Baroness and Firefly on the Russian ship, and we learn that the preferred sound effect for kicking somebody in the ass is poot.
I just love that.
So that was That Sinking Feeling.
In a word, it was great.
It's a really strong opening issue for a new series. The only points of criticism I have are the weird coloring choices for the Baroness and Eels, and the cover being the opposite of what the Joes actually did in the issue.
Although, now that I think about it...
What if they didn't just do that to make an exciting cover? What if this was deliberate to trick the reader, just like Cobra and the October Guard got tricked? Talk about having layers!
If this were the case, that would be mind-blowing!
So, overall, yeah, only very minor complaints. This is an awesome issue. I urge you to go read it for yourselves.
I'll see you next time, everybody. And don't forget about the charity drive. I seem to be missing a page.